30, Wilbur Henriquez. At center field, number 1, Jose Ayala. In left field, number 3, Donovan Bohr. The DH, number 15, Casey Prychuk. The catcher, number 8, Luis Ayala. At shortstop, number 18, Trig Mapes. At second base, number 9, Rydell Adair. And your starting pitcher, number 14, Chase Cummins. If you are able, and remove your headwear for the singing of O Canada performed by Reed.
Oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Good evening and welcome to Mitchell Field. I will be your play-by-play announcer tonight. My name is Mitchell Cook. I've worked for the Swift Current 57s for a long while now in a variety of different roles, and I'm excited to be steering you through this evening of a matchup between the Swift Current 57s and the Moose Jaw Miller Express. The conditions here at game time: we have 24 degrees, winds blowing out of the west at about 28 kilometers per hour, gusting to around 40 kilometers per hour tonight. And it's an exciting match on tap between these two teams. The last time they met, it did not go Swift Current's way, as they got quite the blowout against them here, against this very same Moose Jaw Miller Express. But the 57s, you know what, even though it's been a tough season, yesterday was a great start. You know, they went down early in the game. They were able to kind of work their way back into it against a tough Medicine Hat team, and they lost, but it was a close one. They lost 13-12 in what was a late night at Mitchell Field for fans, volunteers, and players alike. Tonight is Country Night at Mitchell Field, so when you look around, you see lots of cowboy hats and boots, really sticking with the Swift Current Southwest Saskatchewan theme. Around here, you either live on a farm or you wished you did, as Luke Bryan would say. I know we have a lot of friends and family watching tonight from all across North America, and I'm sure even some folks from overseas. If I mess up your friends or your kids or your brothers or sisters, brothers, I guess, if I mess up their names at all, I do apologize ahead of time. We are just volunteers here, so we do our best. As you can see right now, warming up on the mound for the Swift Current 57s is Chase Cummins. He will be the starting pitcher for this matchup today. Leading off for the Miller Express will be Thomas Soto. Thomas Soto played for the Miller Express last year as well. He had quite the season for them, I do believe, as Moose Jaw made it to the playoffs. Don't believe they went too far. I think they... Oh, maybe no, pardon me. They actually made it to the league final last year. My bad.
Leading things off for Moose Jaw.
All right, so Thomas Soto up to the plate. Let's see what he can bring as we get ready to settle in for another great matchup here of WCBL action on Flow Sports. First pitch just outside. We got a ball. Second pitch comes just outside as well. Ball 2 as Chase Cummins looks to settle into this game as the starting pitcher.
Is that foul ball is property of the Snooker 57s, but as a show of our appreciation for returning it to the souvenir booth, the Lewis Automotive Group is happy to pay you a Louis.
As that ball is up and out of play on a foul. And that's called a strike. Chase Cummins. Count is 2-2 here, looking to get Thomas Soto, looking for his first strikeout of the day. And Thomas Soto hits one. And that one's called a home run by the umpires here at Mitchell Field. That one gets up over the fence. Is not the start the 57s are looking for, as Thomas Soto will come around and show how lethal his bat can be, which will bring William Edwards up to the plate now. As, yep, you can see the the Miller Express dugout is loving that one. I would love to have some more stats here for you, but unfortunately right now we're having some technical difficulties with our WCBL scoreboard, so hoping we can get some more information to you soon. First pitch is outside for a ball. Second one, that one's popped up, and the first baseman will make a play, and he's out. So the 57s will get one away here as number 32 at first base, Gus Cone, will make the grab and touch the base. Batting up next is Austin Gurney. If my memory serves me correct, I believe he also played for the Miller Express last season. As first one's a ball. Second pitch comes just outside for another ball. Moose Jaw Miller Express with a early 1-0 lead. Swift Current 57's head coach Rudy Estrella, he's talked about getting better starts and looking to maybe assert their game a little bit quicker and trying to get into this. As there's a strike thrown. As that ball's hit out into midfield. As he's looking for the double play, it's going to be close, and they got him. He is out. As the 57s make a great play there from out in center field. And they will get their man at second for their second away. Batting up next for the Miller Express, we got the designated hitter, Eduardo Sains. Strike one for Eduardo. And that one's popped up for a foul ball, which luckily I am protected by the top booth, which you see in your top right hand of your screen. However, the cars for the street parking behind us, they are not so safe. So hopefully that didn't take out any windows. And there's a ball as that's thrown just inside. Counts now 1-2. Moose Jaw has no runners on base as we speak. And that ball's hit out into left field. And looks like that one is gone for a second home run for the Moose Jaw Miller Express, as that one pops way out over the left field. Eduardo Sainz showing why he's a designated hitter as he pops one over the left fence. And the 57s, well, maybe they haven't played terribly in this first inning. They've had a couple of nice plays, find themselves down a pair with 2 away. Tanner DeGrazia steps up to the plate now, right-handed hitter. Tanner DeGrazia enters this game with a batting average of .304. As I'm not sure what happened there. I believe he wore that one. And now it looks like, he wore that one, and now he'll move on to first base. As there's a little reunion here between back catcher and pitcher for the 57s.
Up next for Moose Jaw, number 3, your full line ag beer batter, Andrew Naives.
Andrew Knives takes their Knives? And we're going to roll Knives. Andrew Knives steps up to the plate, and he is actually the beer batter here in Swift Current this evening. Which means if he gets out, beer goes on sale for the fine folk here in Swift Current. As that ball is high. There's a strike, counts 1-1. 57s with 1 runner on are looking to get out of trouble here. Dug themselves a little bit of a hole early. 2 runs on 3 hits. As that ball's way outside, throw to first. And looks like he will be safe here. Sorry folks, working on the camera cutting here. This is a new setup from the last time I've done play-by-play, so you're going to have to bear with me here, if that's all right. As there's another ball, count moves to 3-1. As Chase Cummins looks to try to throw a couple more strikes here, hopefully in a row. And it looks like we got a runner, and all right. That's going to be ball 4, and they're going to advance a base anyways. So, thought we had some excitement there, but no dice. Runners on first and second for the Miller Express. As there's a strike thrown. And it looks like they'll say he got contact with that one, which means strike 2 on a foul. 3 strikes is what Chase is looking here to help the 57s escape this first inning. And that's a hit, but it's low. And the throw to first base will not be in time. And once again, the 57s have found themselves in a little bit of trouble here, as now it's bases loaded for the Miller Express. And that's going to bring number 2, Diego Canuella, up to bat.
Diego Canuella.
Hello. I believe we're back. Oh. Yeah, all right, we're back. We have levels on the output. We apologize, folks, for having some technical difficulties up here in the booth. To give you an update here, the count is full. 57s have a runner on first. All right, and the 57s will get a walk for Wilmer Henriquez. As now comes up to the plate, Jose Ayala. Jose Ayala batting .266 so far this season. When he is on, he's got a cannon of a bat. You know that he can absolutely knock him over the fence. He proved that by leading the team in home runs last season. As the 57s look to... Oh, there's a bunt down. Let's see, will he get to first in time? No, he will not, but he puts a runner in a scoring position over on third. As, just like that, 57s have runners on second and third base. And that brings Donovan Borg to the plate. Donovan Borg's a .242 batting average this season so far. Donovan Borg looking for a bounce-back season with the 57s last year. Not that he did anything wrong. He actually experienced a broken hand, I believe. He got hurt early in the year from being hit by a pitch and unfortunately had to end up going home and getting rehab for that before turning back to Cameron University. But he's back with the 57s this season and looking to make an impact. Counts at 1-1. As that pitch comes way outside. Ball 2. And there's a swing and a miss from Borg as he moves the count to 2-2 with 2 away here so far in the bottom of the first. Lots of words and encouragement from a cowboy hat-filled 57's dugout as that comes way inside. Almost hits Donovan, but moved the count to a full one at 3-2. As that ball is hit, and the throw will be in time to first, and the 57s will leave 2 runners on. And not quite the start they were hoping for as they got on to the bats.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on as we close out the first inning.
And that is the end of 1. 57s had 1 hit. And we'll look to switch. Well, good evening. My name is Mitchell, and we are back here live at Mitchell Field. Moose Jaw Miller Express taking on the Swift Current 57s here.
Leading things off for the Miller Express, number 22, Thomas Soto.
As it looks like we're having some more technical difficulties here with our outfield camera, so we're going to have to switch here, folks. I do apologize. For a guy on his first one here, he can't seem to catch a break. As first pitch comes in, a little bit low. So we'll call that ball one. As there's a foul ball, a hit out. Oh, heads up in the bullpen deck. As Thomas Soto, who started this game off with a single home run for the Miller Express. They got their scoring started in the first inning. He's back up at bat here. And that ball comes in a little low as well. 2 balls. And 1 strike. All right, looks like our camera in the outfield is back. There's a hard hit there by Thomas Soto, and throw is made in time to first, and that gets a cheer from the 57's faithful. As there's 1 away, and Thomas Soto did not continue on his lethal run here against the 57's on that at-bat attempt. We got William Edwards up now. Wears number 27, batting .392 so far this season. He's had 1 at-bat tonight in the first inning there, and did not end up doing anything with it. That pitch comes just a little low here. Chase Cummins looks to not surrender 3 runs again. Another pitch comes, and that's called a late strike by the umpire. And after a cheeky little bat toss from William Edwards, he's forced to walk back to the plate with a full count. As the claps of encouragement play here at Mitchell Field, looking to take Chase Cummins to a strikeout. And oh, he's got a hit, but it's up to the second baseman, and throw is in time. So after a cheeky little toss, as he considered a strike a ball, he makes contact, but it's not enough. As the throws in time to first, 57's have 2 away. And so far, so good in this inning. 2 up, 2 down, looking for the trifecta. Austin and Gurney to the plate now. Would be a real confidence boost to Chase Cummins in this outfield and infield for the 57's here if they can get this away in a 3 up, 3 down situation and focus on a little bit of offense here. As that's 2 balls thrown in a row. throw comes just inside. Ball number 3. As we're looking for some focus here from Chase Cummins, try to get this second strike here. That one, he's got it just inside the strike zone. Full count once again. Full count seems to be the common theme tonight with the at-bats for the Moose Jaw Miller Express, is making Chase Cummins throw lots of pitches here. Oh, and there's a hit. Straight out to the shortstop. Throw is in time. 3 up, 3 down. And the 57s, just like that, are on their way to the bats after not having any errors or any runs allowed. As we've got some horse barrel racing here as some outfield entertainment for country night. We'll let this one ride and the good folks at home can enjoy it. And it looks like Ryder is a winner of some horse racing action here at the Swift Current 57s. Beautiful Mitchell Field. Grass is looking green. We got to give a great big shout out to all the folks that do all the hard work to keep this field up to league standards and Swift Current standards. There's great volunteers along with the work that the coaching staff and all the players do to get it prepped and ready to go for game days. What you folks see in the outfield is the grass and how beautiful it is. The infield, though, or I guess the stands area, it's great too. We have a beautiful clubhouse built. Mitchell Field, a great ballpark to visit and enjoy a baseball game if you're ever in the area. First at bat is a hard hit, and that is out to right field, as it looks like Casey Prychak, a designated hitter, is able to get on to first base. As there goes our bat boy tonight for the 57s.
Up next for your Smith Current 57s, number 8, Luis Ayala.
Now Luis Ayala, the back catcher, is up to bat. Rodolfo Guardiola is pitching for the Miller Express, as he's got that one inside the strike zone for strike 1. That pitch goes just outside, and looks like we're going to have a little break here from Luis Ayala. Looks like he's putting something on his bat, getting it all fixed up, ready to go. Luis Ayala having a strong start, batting .400 for the 57 so far this season. Looking to improve on that, as there's a throw back to first, and not in time. Casey Prychak there on first base, able to get back without any problem. Counts 1-1 for Luis Ayala, brother of Jose Ayala. And there must be something that Rodolfo Guardiola likes over there on first. It's a couple times now he's thrown it back to first base, trying to keep the runner there honest. As, oh my goodness, Luis Ayala hit by the pitch there, and he's going to take a walk out to first. Looks like he'll shake that one off. Got to be tough if you want to be a baseball player, as my dad would say.
Up next we got 57s, number 18, Trey Mapes.
As Trig Mapes shortstop for the 57s. Made a couple good plays so far tonight in the outfield. Looking to make something here of his first at-bat attempt. Batting .220 on the season so far as he looks to get a bunt down to advance some runners here, but no dice on that one. We'll see if he continues with the bunting strategy or maybe he's looking to catch him off guard here and hit one towards the fences. We'll have to find out. As there's a hit, but it is gone foul. That one ran just outside the foul lines. As a lucky kid who gets that ball and takes it back to the souvenir booth will be receiving a loonie. A Swift Current tradition. And there's a hit. It's out to first. Can they get it? The double play. My goodness, the Miller Express got a double play at first and second right there. That is not what Trig Mapes and the 57s were hoping for. Lucky for them, there is still a runner over at third base, but all of a sudden, 2 away. They could be in some trouble. Rydell Adair, though. Richie Adair comes up to bat. Local kid. Made his rise playing with the U18 AAA 57s as he's got connection right away. And he's going to run it out anyways, but it is not enough as the 57s very quickly have that inning come to an end for them as we've gone through 2. You're watching Swift Current 57s baseball on Flow Sports.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. Heading now to the top of the 3rd inning. Fans, the 3rd inning is brought to you by RBC Dominion Securities.
We are back here at Mitchell Field as the 57s take back out to the field. Miller Express getting ready to bat here. Well, Swift Current 57's having a tough start to the season so far. In their last 10 games, they're 3-7, dropped 3 in a row. 3 wins, 14 losses on the season, only 17 games through this 56-game season. Lots of time to try to turn this around and creep their way back into a playoff spot. Head coach Rudy Estrella, assistant coach Sean Lee, and Kenny Jenks looking to lead this team to where they need to be. One thing you can say about them is they are certainly involved in the community and making sure that they're giving back to Swift Currents in the area, helping out with local track meets, track and field events. They're doing all sorts of things in the community. Signing autographs with fans, doing family Fridays. Good stuff here from the Swift Current 57s involved in the community. As Miller Express have their first up to bat. And he is hit by the pitch. And it looks like number 25, Eduardo Sainz, a designated hitter, is going to take a walk to first. And that's going to bring out Tanner DeGrazia.
Up next, number 4, Tanner DeGrazia.
Tanner DeGrazia playing some good baseball here for the Miller Express so far. Tonight he's already scored 1 run. As pitch outside from Chase Cummings. There's good contact made And it's up, and it's caught and thrown up to the shortstop there. As it looks like Braxton Vale makes that catch in the outfield.
Batting next, number 3, your full line ag beer batter.
And one away for the 57s here. As we have Andrew Knives back up to the plate. In this game, he's been walked once. Pitch is just outside. Pardon me, I want to make a mistake. I want to correct a mistake there. I don't think Braxton Vale actually did quite make that catch. As still 0 outs for the 57s this inning. Luis Ayala makes a catch and threatens a throw. Chases a runner at second back to the bag. As that ball's hit. It's a low bouncer. Throw is not in time to first base. Swiftker and 57s disagree with that call a little bit. It was close. I'll give them that. Tie obviously goes to the runner. And as Abe Alberg comes up to the plate for the 57s, or pardon me, for the Miller Express, the 57s will have a meeting on the mound. Head coach Rudy Estrella comes out, and looks like that's going to end Chase Cummins' night after 2 innings pitched. '57s are certainly on the younger side this year with their pitchers. Not as many seniors or juniors in the lineup. So when you have younger pitchers, you gotta give them the time to develop and get some experience in. And this is a tough league to throw balls in, so you want to make sure they can get some good pitches down and they get some fist bumps all around. As it looks like 28, I believe, Max Noto. Max Noto will take the mound for the 57s here. As he looks to throw some warm-up pitches and get hot. Meanwhile, Abe Alberg will stand and watch as Willie looks to take on a new pitcher for the 57s here. Well, top of the 3rd inning here. Moose Jaw Miller Express lead the Swift Current 57s 3-0 as they have 6 hits. 57s have a couple of hits themselves. Still remain at 0. Neither team has an error yet. Hope I didn't just jinx anybody by saying that. Well, looks like Max Noto believes he's ready to go. Number 28 for the 57s. Max Noto so far pitched 8.2 innings, allowed 14 hits on 16 runs. And his first one comes just outside. Bases loaded here for the Miller Express as they look to widen that lead. And of course, Max Noto does not want to throw some balls here and cause another unforced error. Unforced errors can prove to be the difference, as last night the 57s walked in a couple of runs and, well, one ended up being the difference. So certainly a tough go for them, as it looks like that one was close for a strike. Not close enough, umpire says. Count moves to 3-0. And there's another unforced error as the Miller Express keep the bases loaded. And they'll get a run in to make it 4-0. As Diego Canuela will come out to the mound here. Or pardon me, come out to the batter's box. That throw is whoa, they called it a strike. Strike one. So Max Noto looks to settle in as he throws his first strike of the day. Strike two. As Max Noto looks for his first strikeout on the day. Bases loaded, it'd be a good time for it, as that one comes way outside. Count moves to 1-2. As that one's got it. Strike three. You are out. Max Noto's got his first of the day. Still only one away for the 57s. Still bad news with the Miller Express having the bases loaded here. Ben Wallachek comes out for the Miller Express. Number 13 is what he's wearing for them. Batting a .333 on the season so far. As first pitch comes in a little bit high. That ball's popped right up. And it looks like, yep, grab is made. Runner looks to come home. So, well, Jose Ayala makes the catch out in center field. Miller Express pull in one more. Make this score 5-0. And now Thomas Soto, who already has a home run in this game, has runners on first and second base. He put one just over the Tri-Ways sign in that first inning on the very first hit of the game. And now he's looking to do some more damage here again. 57's looking to get out of this one without causing any further damage to the scoreboard, as the Miller Express lead 5-0. 57's young team, they got to settle in here and start to make some plays. You've seen flashes of brilliance from this team at different times this season. They've won a close game on the road in Regina, I believe last week. They've had some other good wins, and they've shown some good rallies. They were down 13-2 last night before a 10-run rally in the bottom of the 7th to make this game 13-12. Certainly good stuff shown from this team, but not quite enough. As that ball comes in pretty low. Count moves to 1-1. Max Noto throwing pitches to the plate for Thomas Soto. And Thomas Soto makes a connection. That ball comes to Raquel Adair. Throw is in time to first, and the 57s will get out of any further trouble as Raquel Adair and Gus Cohn team up to get that out. And the Miller Express leave a couple on. And looks like the score will remain 5-0 here. We'll be back. Braxton Vale up to bat for the Swift Current 57s, wearing number 13 this season for the squad, as they're wearing their black and orange jerseys with the white pants. Got to think there's something that the team likes about this uniform. They sure do wear it quite often from my experience early on in this season. They certainly look sharp in them out there. There's Braxton Vale back to the top of the order. Pitch counts at 1-1. And there's a swing and a miss. And another, oh, he got contact with it. And it looks like they're going to call him out at first. That was a tough one for Braxton Vale. Great awareness just to head to first and get the run in. Knew he made contact, not quite quick enough. As back catcher Knives for the Miller Express makes the play. Now we got Gus Cohn up to bat. First baseman for the 57s. Miller Express have one away here. As the left-handed batter comes out. And early has himself a swing and a miss for strike one. 57, certainly not afraid to swing those bats. Not getting the results they're looking for here, though. And there's a good play. Ball bounces right to the first baseman, Austin Gurney, who makes the toss back to his pitcher and is in time to get the out. So that'll bring number 30, Wilmer Henriquez, up to the plate. as the 57s look to avoid the 3-up, 3-down, the one that they caused to the Miller Express in the second inning. Looking to get some spark here as there's strike one thrown. Certainly an impressive performance here from starting pitcher Rodolfo Guardiola here for the Miller Express. As that one's called a ball, much to the dismay of the Miller Express dugout. That west wind continues to blow here in Swift Current. There's another swing and a miss for Henriquez. Strike two. Pitch is thrown, contact's made. That ball hits Guardiola, and the throw is still in time as it hit the Miller Express pitcher in the leg as he walks that one off, and the 57s will go up, 3 down. And not a great situation here for the 57s as they find themselves down 5-0 after 3 full innings of baseball played. Keep it locked here on Flow Sports. Live at Mitchell Field in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, where life makes sense. Beautiful evening here in Swift Current. Certainly no complaints about the weather. It's looking to shape up to actually be a little bit of a rainy weekend here in the Southwest. Some farmers and some folks in the area will welcome some much needed rain. In the meantime, though, we have about a 30-kilometer-an-hour wind, gusting to 40, maybe 45, maybe out in the outfield a little higher, as there's some less protection from residential houses and trees in the area. As the sun continues to shine. Coming up to bat for the Miller Express, number 27, William Edwards. As Max Noto will remain on the mound for the 57s. His first pitch will be a strike as we are in the top of the 4th inning. That ball is low for ball 1. Count moves to 1-1. 57 still trail 5-0. That ball comes just outside as well. keeping back catcher Luis Ayala on his toes. There's good contact made. That ball goes foul just over the fence, out into left field. Will count as a strike. Pitch count moves to 2-2. Max Noto looking to get a job done here, and that won't quite do it as the count moved to full. That one was well high of the strike zone. Max Noto has 4 strikeouts this season. And that one will fall all the way out into center field. Be a single base hit on the full count. That'll bring Austin Gurney to the plate. Austin Gurney been torching teams across the WCBL all season long with a .437 average. Certainly respectable work here this season from Gurney as he smokes another one. It's a high pop fly, and it is caught by the shortstop, Mapes. Trig Mapes. So one away for the 57s. That'll bring Eduardo Sainz, a designated hitter, to the plate. Runner on first. That pitch comes just inside. That one's called a strike for strike one here. That ball just outside. Count moves to 2-1. That ball is hit. Looks like shortstop will make a play, and that's an error. Oh boy. 57's unforced error there. Believe that was Trig Mapes over at shortstop. Played a great game thus far. However, just made a miscalculation on that throw, and that's going to send the Miller Express runner all the way to third base. Which I believe William Edwards is now at third, and that will advance Eduardo Sainz over to first, which of course brings Tanner DeGrazia up to the plate, I believe. And that pitch is way outside, and it's going to get by catcher Luis Ayala, and that will bring home number 27, William Edwards, for the Moose Jaw Miller Express, making this a 6-0 game. The Miller Express this season have not seemed to struggle with the Swift Current 57s, as they've had some pretty, I guess we'll say entertaining games if you're a Miller Express fan against us. They're just above 500. They're 9-8. They've won 3 in a row. 6-4 in their last 10. Miller Express are playing some good baseball right now. I think they started the season off a little bit slow here, but they've gotten much better here as they've gone along. Of course, the last time these two teams met, Miller Express absolutely routed the Swift Current 57s 27-2, which is pretty big score. I guess they actually met one time since then, but the Miller Express beat the 57s 5-2. So, not showing signs, struggling against this Swift Current team is Moose Jaw, whether they're at home or away. Again, 57's looking to build something here with a young roster. Lots of freshmen, sophomores on this team that will continue to improve and get better. As it's a full count here for Max Noto. Pitches up, and that one is a strike. And he's got him for the second out. As Max Noto has his second strikeout of the night. 57's faithful here, heckling the beer batter, Andrew Knives. Miller Express have a runner on second base. 2 away for the 57's, looking to escape some more trouble here. And as soon as they can do that, they can focus on getting back on the bats and putting some offense in here. This team has proven that they can go on rallies and make games close and entertaining right to the end. Looking for them to do that again here tonight. You know, head coach Rudy Estrella is going to be looking to get his guys motivated and fired up. As there's a hit by pitch. Number 3, Andrew Knives will take a walk to first base as he wears that one right on the shoulder blade, I believe he's pointing to. Abe Alberta comes to the plate now. Abe Alberta has 1 hit and 1 run batted in. Also has a walk tonight. He's been all over it. First pitch is outside for a ball. That one's considered ball 2. Max Noto's got a strike there. Count moves to 2-1. Runners on first and second for the Miller Express. That ball fouled into the netting. Count moves to 2-2. Max Noto looking for his 3rd strikeout of the night, if he can get it. He will be 1 away from matching his total for the season so far. Max Noto, well, he has allowed 3 runs since entering this game. He's been pitching fairly well in terms of what you're looking here for. And they've got him. Look at that. Max Noto spoke that one right into existence. 3rd strikeout of the night. He has 4 on the season up to this point, so that's his 7th. And, well, the 57s are still down 6-0. They're alive, looking to come alive on the bats. Right up next. And it looks like we have our winner of the best outfit of the night. Can't quite see it on the screen here, but with it being country night, we got the boots, we got the pink cowboy hat, Looks like Carolyn is tonight's winner. Congratulations to her. Jose Ayala up to the plate for the Swift Current 57s. Jose Ayala, of course, a batting weapon for this team. Led the league, or pardon me, not the league, led the team in home runs just 1 year ago. Pitch comes in, just inside. Count moves to 2-0. Guardiola continues his work here for Moose Jaw Miller Express. As that's considered a strike. Count does move to 2-1. That one is in the dirt. Jose Ayala looking to stay patient with this one here, as the count is 3-1. And Jose Ayala's got that one. He hits that one deep into left field. Stays inbounds. Off to the left, just left of the foul marker, and that's a double. Jose Ayala. Didn't quite maybe get as much of that one as he wanted, but it's enough for a double, and the 57s are showing some life as number 3, Donovan Borg, comes up to the plate. If Donovan Borg can find himself on base here, you're looking for some great work from Casey Prychak as a designated hitter up next. First, Donovan Borg's got to get himself on base. And watch Jose Ayala, no stranger to looking to steal a base every once in a while as well, out there on second. And that pitch comes just inside. Oh, looks like they called it a strike. Interesting. Strike 2 there for Donovan Borg. If you're going to go down swinging. Still 0 outs thus far. And that one's a ball. Count moves to 2-2. Guardiola showing some ability to close out with 14 strikeouts on the season so far. He's got 1 tonight, looking for his second. Pitch comes in. That one's smoked. And it looks like it goes foul. Bounces off the high fence in the outfield. And the pitch count will remain at 2-2. 57s are making some contact right now. That last one by Ayala looked like it could have been foul. Not quite. Donovan Borg looked to do the same, but just too far on the outside to get it. And there's a swing and contact made. Another foul ball. Count remains 2-2 again. As Swift Current 57's ball boy runs to make a play. He heads back to the dugout. And that one's way inside from Guardiola. Full pitch count, 3-2. Jose Ayala, look at him go, bouncing back and forth as he always does. And Donovan Borg will get himself a walk to first base. And now we got Casey Prychak, designated hitter for the 57s here, looking to make some moves here with the team down 6-0. Runners at first and second as the Miller Express are going to have themselves a little meeting of the minds on the mound. And we will give them a moment to collect themselves. Having a chat with Guardiola. I don't see anybody quite warming up down in the bullpen just yet. I don't know if, well, maybe there's one warming up down there. I don't know if we're going to get a pitching change. No pitching change yet from the Miller Express. As Guardiola looks to work his way out of this one. Runners on first and second for the 57s. No outs yet. Designated hitter Casey Prychak up next. Casey Prychak has 7 hits this season, 4 runs, 3 RBI. Been struck out 12 times. Not quite what he's looking for. As the first pitch comes in is a ball. And the bunt's down. Casey Prychak on his way to first. And he will not get there, but he advances the runners at first and second to second and third. Jose Ayala now in scoring position for the 57s. And Donovan Borg now at second base. Luis Ayala, this team's leading hitter so far in this early season, up next. Looking to bring his twin brother home. Jose, who's over on third. Luis Ayala, what do you got for us here? 1 away for the Miller Express. That ball is hit. Foul ball. As that rolls along the grass out to the left baseline. Potentially a souvenir for some fans. As 2 strikes is the count, as that ball is popped way up high. And it looks like a catch will be made by the shortstop, Thomas Soto. Makes that grab. And all of a sudden, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. 57s. They won't have any sort of chance in this game here. You really would like to capitalize on these types of situations. Obviously, it's a lot easier said than done, as some great pitchers, great ball players in this league. Got to find a way to capitalize when you're in these types of positions, though. And there's a hit made. Ball bounces, and it's missed, and the Swift Current 57s will bring one home as Trake Mapes able to get himself a hit and an RBI, as the 57s are now on the board, as Rydell Adair, second baseman, up to bat. Local kid from Swift Currents. Love to see him in the lineup getting involved, as the goose egg is broken for the 57s. They have runners on first and third. Donovan Borg is on third base right now. Still 2 away for the Miller Express, so one more out will spell the end of the inning. It's good to see the 57s get off the schneid, though, as that ball is absolutely drilled at first base coach Sean Lee. Heads up there. Although, unfortunately, with Sean Lee having to keep his head up, it will be ruled foul ball. Strike one. That pitch in the dirt. Ball one. Rydell Adair. 2 runs batted in this season. Looking for another one here, as he is the end of the order. That ball is hit out, and let's see the throw in time. Yes, it is. So the Swift Current 57s, unfortunately, only get themselves 1 run after the end of that inning. But they will continue to look to build on 1 run. Goose egg's broken. Now they got to play some defense. We'll be back at Mitchell Field. Max Soto will remain on the mound for the Swift Current 57s. So far in this game, he's pitched 2 innings. He's allowed 3 runs. Not ideal for Max, although he does have 3 strikeouts, looking to capitalize on that momentum. Overall, the 57s are looking to capitalize on momentum from last night. They almost made the big comeback. Obviously, not quite able to complete it, but every little bit helps, you know. There was some good feelings, good positive vibes coming from the dugout over there. It's it's no secret that losing's hard on a team, but you can tell these guys, they're a close band down there. They're a good group of guys, and they're just looking to continue to build on it every single day, which is a culture that Sean Lee, Kenny Jinks, and Rudy Estrella, head coach, are looking to build. Kenny Jinks, obviously an alumni of the Swift Current 57's end of this league, had a great showing last year. He actually broke the single-game strikeout record. I believe he had 18 strikeouts. Absolutely insane stuff from Kenny Jinks last season, and now he's helping coach the next wave of pitchers here in Swift Current. Also continuing to make some great connections in the city. As we have our first batter up from the Miller Express, as that pitch comes way outside. Batting first for them is number 2, Diego Canuela. And that pitch comes way outside as well. 2 balls thrown here early for Max Noto. And there's a good strike thrown. Got him swinging at that one as well. Strike 2. Can Max Noto complete the trifecta to match his season high? We'll have to find out. Pitch is thrown way outside. It'll move it to a full count. Max Noto's been good in this full count situation, though. A couple of these strikeouts have come in this spot. A couple of single base hits outs, same as well. Let's see. Quick reload and contact made. Ball flies way over the backstop. Did it hit my car? Who knows? We will find out. Count remains full as the lights are on here at Mitchell Field. Ball's thrown outside. It'll be a walk. And Diego will head to first base for the Milshaw Miller Express as Ben Wallachuk comes out here. The right-handed batter has 1 RBI tonight, looking to build on that stat line. First one comes in, it's just outside, ball 1. There's a strike thrown by Max Noto. Counts at 1-1. That one comes just inside. Max Noto from Wentzville, Montana. Goes to college at Southern Maine. And there's a high ball sent out to center field. Catch is made by Jose Ayala. And there's one away. For the Swift Current 57s is Thomas Soto. Back up to the plate. Thomas Soto continues to be a leader for the Miller Express. There's a strike thrown. There's another one popped way up, and it will just come out. Heads up. My goodness. You almost got to sign a waiver when coming to a baseball game. Was that one almost takes out a fan over on the concourse, but you know what? Heads were up, and it was all good. More importantly on that, though, it counts as another strike for Max Noto. 2 strikes here, and the third one is way up top. Luis Ayala looking to make a play there. Had to go get it and save themselves from some trouble. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Max Noto. You don't want to give him the announcers or broadcasters jinx here, but he's looking to match that season high. And that one comes just inside. But let's see. A very heads-up play by Luis Ayala as the back catcher makes the throw to Gus Cone. And just like that, 2 away as they got him at first. As Diego Canuela got caught leading off a little too far, decided to go for it, and Luis, who's been threatening that move all night, finally pulls the trigger and makes it count. That ball is hit by Thomas Soto high into center field, and there is a caught out from Luis Ayala, who's been all over it in center field tonight, and just like that, 57s escape any damage. Score remains 6-1. They showed a little bit of promise and momentum on the bats here. Let's see if they can continue that trend. As we're sending things down to Angel here in the ballpark, the team's in-stand announcer for the night. Let's see what she's got on tap for us here. All right, some technical difficulties. That's what she's got on tap for us. Seems to be a theme of the night. We'll be back. Thirsty Thursday in Swift Current. We got contestants shotgunning beers out on the field. Country night indeed. You love to see it. If that doesn't get the Swift Current 57s into it and motivated, who knows what will. Number 13. We got Braxtonville up to the batter's box for the 57s here, looking to capitalize on some momentum thus far. Braxtonville, one hit tonight, been struck out once as well. As that one's thrown inside for the second ball thrown here. Braxtonville has a count 2-1. Ball's thrown there, and that one's in the dirt. Count moves to 3-1. As that ball's hit there, and Braxtonville, let's see. He's going to be ruled out at first. That's a close one there. As Gus Kane will come out to the batter's box. Gus Kane now in the batter's box. First one there is a strike. Still Rodolfo Guardiola there on the mound as he hits Gus Kane, and that'll be a walk to first. That hit him right in the lower back area. That's a tough one. Never looking to see that happen. So Living Sky Casino batter, Wilmer Henriquez. Living Sky Casino, of course, a great place to have a wonderful meal in their Horizons restaurant. Or, of course, you can play your classic casino games. A great place here in Swift Current for folks to go and test a game of luck. As the count is 1-0, and that one almost hits Henriquez as well. Guardiola showing some signs here of maybe having a little bit of a fatigued arm. He's pitched 4 innings so far, already into his 5th. And there's, oh, just as I say that, he throws a good strike right up the middle. It moves the count to 2-1. Great work shown by him. And there's another one, and they got him for the strike. Enriquez caught swinging. You can tell he's frustrated with himself with that one. Not quite what he wanted. Counts at 2-2, one away for the Miller Express here. 57's looking for any sort of spark here with a runner at first. As the ump calls that one off. No steal allowed, wild pitch thrown. Pardon me, they're going to call that a foul ball. They're going to call that a foul ball. So count will remain 2-2. I guess he made some contact there. Full count now. That one was not quite where it needed to be for a strike. Pitch thrown, swing and a miss. Guardiola's got himself another strikeout here this evening, his second. And just like that, 2 away, runner at first. Jose Ayala up to bat next. Looking for a spark out of him here. As the 57's are having a tough time through 5 innings so far. That first one is a strike. Beautifully thrown ball. Absolute beautifully thrown ball there by Guardiola. As he walks the line. And that one's just a little low for the umpire's likings. Count moves to 1-1. Counts 2-1. Couple of balls thrown. 1 strike. Jose Ayala. Waiting for the throw from Guardiola. Runner at second for the 57's. And that's hit. Foul ball. Count will move to 2-2. Ball's thrown just inside to make it a full count. Jose Ayala looking to stay patient with it. Would love to make some good contact to one of the holes in the outfield. He's got to find it. Preferably, it'd be perfect if he put one right over the bumper-to-bumper board sign for a home run, but not quite there yet. Team's still looking for their first of the night to hit it over the fences. And that one's a ball. Jose Ayala will take the walk to first. And that's going to bring out Donovan Borg. Number 3 here. Hit by a pitch earlier in this game. Looking to make the most of it this time around. With 2 outs here, 57's got to be careful. Runners on first and second. As there's a little meeting of the minds here for the Miller Express. Well, we'll talk about our player highlight for tonight in tonight's program. Jalen Gutierrez. Pre-game ritual is he always wears long sleeves for every single game he plays. Favorite ballpark food is a cheeseburger. Lucky charm is his cleats. Guy loves his cleats. And his hidden talent, apparently he's a good bowler. Catch him at Frontier Bowling Lanes, knocking down strikes. Of course, Jalen Gutierrez is a pitcher for the Swift Current 57s, played last season for them, was involved in the community doing different things. You can catch him again here soon. I'm sure he'll be on the mound at some point, as the 57s are looking to get all the help they can pitching. Donovan Borg. That ball I'll call outside. Second ball thrown. And Guardiola eyeing up second, as should have taken a little more time to throw that pitch, as that one is caught just outside for another ball. Count moves to 3-1 with a walk here. 57s can get the bases loaded. Donovan Borg. Let's see. Yep, they're going to give him the walk. So bases loaded for the designated hitter coming up next. And Casey Prychak has an opportunity to make this game a close one. Once again, will he take it? We shall see. 2 outs, 57's got to be careful. They got to be careful. Pop fly ends it. You got to find a hole, and you got to get it down. That, or you're looking for an unforced error from the Miller Express. You're looking for something here, some sort of spark to get them right back in this thing. This young team can do it, and there's a hard hit. Finds the hole out to first. And the 57s are going to bring in one. They're going to bring in another. Yes, they will. And just like that, it's a 6-3 ball game. Well, we just talked about how they got to be careful, and now they were able to cut that lead in half. Still a runner on first, still a runner on second. Great work by Casey Prychak there. And now you got Luis Ayala, who's been one of the hottest catchers in this league so far, batting over 400 on the season. And Luis Ayala, who made a great heads-up play to get a man out at first as a back catcher earlier, now looks to do more for this team as he wears one. Ouch. Guys are getting hit by pitches left, right, and center tonight. And Luis Ayala is going to take a walk to first and advance everybody else. So once again, bases loaded. Trig Mapes. He struggled a little bit here so far. He's, I mean tonight, not as much on the season, but struggled to get some good hits and get quite what he wants tonight. It'd be a great time for him to find some good contact with the ball and bring in another couple runs. That or cause another unforced error. And by unforced error, I would mean a walk. With bases loaded, that's a free run. You got to take those. You got to take those. First ball is a strike. Caught just the corner of the strike zone there. And the count moves to 0-1. Trig Mapes looking to do a good job here for his team. And he made contact with that one. They'll call that a foul ball. Not quite what this team was looking for here, as it's an 0-2 count. Guardiola, one good pitch away here from stopping this 57's rally. Let's see what he'll make of it. And, oh, another foul ball. Just made contact with it. Trig Mapes, he's hanging in there. It's a war of attrition as of right now as the bat boy takes a little tumble. He pops right back up, though. He'll be all right. They make him tough here in Swift Current. And another foul ball by Trig Mapes. He's seeing it well. He's making contact. There's nothing wrong with that. He just can't quite get the contact he wants to put one up and hopefully bring a couple more runs in for the 57s. Count remains 0-2. As there you go, he's got some more contact. And it's a foul ball. Unfortunately, we're not playing Savannah Banana Ball here, where if a fan catches it, it's an out. No such thing in the WCBL. And we will continue on with another foul. Count remains 0-2. Guardiola is probably thinking to himself, what's the guy got to do to get this done here? Put it in the strike zone multiple times. Mapes is making contact. There's one on the outside. Mapes stays patient with that one and gets his first ball. .57s. You have an opportunity here to really crawl back into this game. Put a little bit of pressure on the Miller Express, who have not had a tough time handling this team so far. Got to plant the seed of doubt, but it won't be with that, as that will be a strikeout for Trig Mapes. Guardiola's got another one on the night, and we'll take another little break here as we switch sides and head to the top of the 6th.
The Country 94.1 radio booth for our giveaways tonight. You can see Colin Powers for Magic 97 and Electric Eric down there waving you on to get your entries in. The draw will be made after the 7th inning stretch. You have until the end of the 6th inning to get your entries in.
Some Alan Jackson. She's gone country to play us back in to the top of the 6th inning here. Batting up first is William Edwards for the Miller Express. Wears number 27. Batting .395 on the season. Certainly good stuff from him there. As Max Soto will remain on the mound for the 57s. 1 strike, 1 ball thrown thus far. Max Noto looking for that elusive strikeout here to match his season high in 1 singular game tonight. Seen 3 innings of work from him. This would be his 4th. Solid work so far. Turned in by Max Noto. It's all you can do is ask your pitcher to come in and really give you a chance to win the game, and his pitching's done that so far. There's one thrown. Shortstop makes the throw to first, and they got him. Umpire calls it, so one away for the Swift Current 57s. And again, just got to keep building the momentum. It's a slow build for a young team, but they're going to get there. And if you can look to rally back in a game like this, that's going to help a lot. That one's up high. As there's good contact made, that one looks like it's going to stay fair. And it rolls all the way out to the fence. And oh my goodness, an error made. It looks like it's going to go 3. Are they going to dare come home? No, they're not. Pitches, or the throws made to the shortstop there. And not ideal for the 57s. That's an error that's going to cost them a triple. 1 out, and the Moose Jaw Miller Express have one in scoring position. As that's Austin Gurney that's in scoring position. Now, in the batter box, Edward Sains. He's looking to bring his teammate home. First pitch is thrown, contact's made, high into center field. Luis Ayala, yes sir, he's got it. Although he's got to act quick. And it looks like the Miller Express are going to bring another one home to make this game 7-3. Austin Gurney comes in. So, 2 away. A little bit of damage control from the 57s here in this inning. Max Soto, right-handed pitcher, looks to continue on. As that ball's thrown, that's a strike. Like I've mentioned, some great work so far here from Max Soto for the most part. Max Noto, pardon me, for the most part. There we go. There's another hard hit. And let's see, are they going to call that one a foul? Yes, they are. Bounced fair, went foul after. And so certainly not what Tanner DeGrazia of the Miller Express was looking for. Pitch counts 0-2, 2 strikes, and that one certainly will not be a strike. Luis Ayala making another good catch there behind, making sure one doesn't get away from him there. Currently no runners on base for the Miller Express. As that ball is cranked into left field, and once again, looks like it's going to be another foul. So, certainly lots of good contact made with the ball in this game so far. A lot of foul balls. Not seeing it affect the pitchers too much, though. We thought maybe that Guardiola maybe was showing some fatigue from all these fouls and pitches thrown earlier in this game. But he absolutely showed that one that it was not true, as he's had a few more strikeouts since then. And Max Noto still looking for that elusive match of a season high. That one's not quite there. Pitch counts 2-2. One more strike, and he can match his season high in this game. Max Noto is certainly getting more comfortable in the WCBL and at his home field here at Mitchell Field in Swift Current. Wind looks to have died down a little bit. Max Noto throws the pitch. That one's in the dirt in the full count. And it will be a walk. So the 57s put a runner on first. Or I guess rather surrender a runner to first. And that's going to bring out Andrew Knives. Yes, Andrew Knives, number 3. So once again, Swift Current hopeful, looking for some sales on beer with an out here with the full line egg beer batter. The beer batter, in my humble opinion, for those that are old enough to enjoy adult beverages, is one of the best promotions in sports. It's a great way to interact with the fans, and you know what? The other teams, the opposing teams, I've talked to the 57s players about this. It's obviously pretty common across the WCBL to see this promotion. They are great sports about it. They love it. They absolutely love it. It's almost like the villain arc a little bit. I'm not going to be the one to give these folks cheap beer. I don't want to do it. As Max Noto throws a strike there. Second pitch is up. That ball will be considered a strike. However, it is foul. And that will be a loony for a lucky young fan somewhere that runs out and gets it. As Max Noto makes a throw, Luis Ayala once again showing his alertness as he makes a great throw to first base and gets the runner out. The Miller Express, none too happy with that call at all. However, it ends the inning, and Max Noto did not have to worry about throwing the third strike on that one, as great work from Luis Ayala, who's been all over it this game. Really making his presence known. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. We welcome you back into Swift Current. We'd also like to welcome into this game Jet Hutchinson. From what I can tell, he's not thrown a pitch this summer yet for the Mouchard Miller Express. So he looks to make his debut here tonight at Mitchell Field. No stats so far. What we can tell you about Jet Hutchinson, who wears number 43 for the Miller Express. As there's a hit there by Rydell Adair. And let's see. That one bounces off the outfield fence. Ball is thrown, and Rydell Adair is going to get to second base. Great work by him there. He absolutely smoked that one right into the Motel 6 board sign. Looking for a little more to get over the fence next time, but you know what? You will take it if you're a 57s fans here. Leadoff double was exactly what the doctor ordered at the end of the one there, as Jet Hutchinson, not quite the debut he was looking to make there. As now Braxton Vale comes out for the 57s once again. Still looking to tell you about Jet Hutchinson here. He's not listed on the program roster that I have, but online you can tell he's from Regina, Saskatchewan. So a bit of a local player joining here. Well, local to Saskatchewan, that is. Of course, Regina, the home of the Regina Red Sox. Who's the Swift Current 57s beat earlier this season. There's a strike there. Count moves to 1-1. I'm sure if you talk to Braxton Vale, he'd be the first one to tell you this hasn't quite been the outing he's hoped for so far, but always time to turn that around. As, looked for the bunt. Nothing doing there. As that one ends up being a ball. 2-1, the current count. Jet Hutchinson on the mound now for the Miller Express. As that one's popped way up high. Can the Miller Express get it? That one bounces just outside and once again heads up in row 6. That ball went bouncing into the stands. And my goodness, had to come down with a catch there. As we see a young fan get himself a souvenir, or a loonie, I guess, from the souvenir booth. Braxton Vale helping the local kids' economy here with some foul balls. Counts 2-2. Runner at second for the Swift Current 57s, Rydell Adair. Of course, as mentioned earlier in this broadcast, local kid. Full count here. Braxton Vale, what you got for us? That ball is hit hard high. Let's see. It is caught. So Rydell Adair has to stay at second base, and Braxton Vale will be out at first.
Sponsored by the City of Swift Current. Number 32, Gus Kane.
As we have some Brooks and Dunn here as a walk-up song on Country Night. Gotta love that. Gus Cone, first baseman for the 57s. In this game, Gus has one run already. Looking for another. That one comes just outside. Counts as 1-1. Miller Express have one away so far. 57s have a runner at second base. Looking to hopefully capitalize on a little bit more here, as there's a bit of a slider coming in. Jet Hutchinson, unfortunately for him, it's a little low. Count moves to 2-1. And that ball hit by pitch. And Gus Cone is going to take a walk to first base. Runners at first and second for the 57s. And that's going to bring out Wilmer Henriquez for the 57s. Wilmer Henriquez struck out once, walked once in this game. Jet Hutchinson looking to do it again for the Miller Express, as that first pitch comes outside. Ball thrown there. Another one to the outside. Counts 2-0. As 57's runners at first and second. You almost would take a walk here, load them bases up, put a runner in scoring position, see what you can do. Rydell Adair's been stuck at second base ever since that first double that he hit to the outfield. To lead this bottom of the inning off. That ball is way outside. Great work there by Knives to make the catch to avoid any further damage. But now you have bases loaded for the Swift Current 57s. And that brings out Jose Ayala. We've talked at length about Jose Ayala and his ability. Tonight he struggled a little bit. He struggled a little bit tonight. And you know what? That's okay, though. Jose Ayala, one of the twin Ayala brothers on this squad, played here last year. Did some great work. Looking to build on it this season. Of course, Jose Ayala from Panama City goes to Grace College in the United States. Bases loaded for Jose. He hits that ball. It is up to the outfield. Can't quite get over the fence. Everybody's got to tag back up. No, not quite, though. And one's going to get home for the Swift Current 57s. Rydell Adair, the hometown hero, gets himself in. And just like that, it's a 7-4 ball game. 57s hanging around. Hanging around. A little bit of a sacrifice fly there. Getting one in. Donovan Borg up to the batter's box now. Again, we've seen this before from the 57s in this game. You have to be careful at 2 outs. You have to be careful with 2 outs. That first pitch comes way outside. As we've got as you see enter the frame there, Swift Current 57's ball boy ran back behind as Jet Hutchinson was getting ready for his pitch. Great awareness by Hutchinson there to not throw and put the young bat boy in danger, as you never know where the pitch can go sometimes. As Jet Hutchinson throws a strike immediately after that. Counts back to 1-1. That ball is a little bit low. Count as another ball here. Knives threatens to throw to first, but Henriquez has no problem getting back there. Strike 2. Counts 2-2 now. Score remains 7-4 after Rydell Adair brought back in this game. And another one outside, full count. 57's fans celebrate that one. As 2 away, full count. Miller Express looking to evade some trouble. 57's trying to get another one home at third. Looking for a chance to really get within striking distance of a couple of runs. And my goodness, not quite what Donovan Borg was looking for there. He went down swinging. Ball looked a little bit to be towards the outside as the 57s get 1 run that inning, make a little bit of ground up, control the damage that the Miller Express did earlier in this inning, but it still remains a 3-score ball game. We'll be back.
Need your help in keeping Mitchell Field neat and tidy. Please use the garbage and recycling bins provided for you throughout the ballpark. Thank you for your cooperation and team spirit in keeping our park clean, safe, and enjoyable for everyone. And don't forget about your 50-50 opportunity tonight. The current pot sits at $440. Look for your souvenir booth sellers walking around in stand as well too. for your chance to win. The draw will be made in the 8th inning. Now on the mound for your Smith Current 57s, number 43, Broderick Bornstein. Leading things off for Moose Jaw, number 3, your full line ag beer batter, Andrew Knives.
Andrew Knives comes into the batter's box. As you may or may not heard, Swift Current 57s have a pitching change now. As we have Broderick Bornstein, number 43, up to the mound for the 57s. Max Noto, unfortunately, will not get the opportunity to match his season-high strikeout, but a solid effort by him. 4 innings pitched. He allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. Had a couple of walks, some strikeouts. Great work by Max Noto to come and step in there. But now, Broderick Bornstein, who's pitched 15 innings here from Orinda, California. He has 15 strikeouts on the season so far, looking to add to that total. Looking to help the 57s close this one out. As Chase Cummins started this game off with 2 innings, Max Noto came in for 4. And we'll see how long Broderick Bornstein sticks around, as looks like we did have a runner get on to first for the Miller Express. Batting now for them is number 14, Abe Alberg. And Luis Ayala can do that all day long. Makes that throw from back catcher to first. Him and first baseman Gus Cone absolutely have been in sync this whole game. That's the 3rd or 4th time they've done that now. Impeccable work as they get 1 out here for the 57s. That ball is thrown way high. Luis Ayala dialed in. Makes that snag with his left hand. Protects the umpire's life there in that situation. Counts at 1-2. Broderick Bornstein looking for his first strikeout of the game since entering. Let's see, is he able to get it? Pitches away and swing. And they're going to say he got contact with that for a foul ball.
The good news, beer is now on sale for the rest of the inning.
So with Andrew Knives out at first base, they did declare beer on sale, much to the 57's faithful success. And that ball is going to go foul as well. Abe Alberg counts 1-2, staying alive with a foul ball. As the lights were on earlier at Mitchell Field, they're making a difference now as they light this place up. Counts 2-2. Ball comes outside. They're going to call that a strike, though. Swift Current 57's fans and dugout cheer. And Broderick Bornstein got his first strikeout of the night. 2 away for the 57s here. As number 2, Diego Canuella, comes out to the batter's box. Left-handed batter, much like myself. I'm going to go ahead and say he's a lot better than I am. That's why I'm on the broadcast, and he's in the batter's box. As that pitch comes outside. Ball 1. 57s would love to get out of this inning without any troubles. That one, however, is in the dirt. We also want to thank you with your patience with our score overlay today. Obviously, as being a volunteer-run organization, it's tough to always make sure you have the correct score overlay happening right now. Obviously, we have 2 outs, but this one's showing none. As hit by a pitch there is Diego Canuella. Not quite what the Swift Current 57's pitcher, Broderick Bornstein, was looking for there. However, Diego looks no worse for the wear and will head off to first base. Pitch comes in. They're going to call that a ball. There's a strike. Counts 1-1. That's thrown. Strike 2. Bornstein, 1 strike away from grabbing himself another strikeout, which will pull the 57s out of this inning with 1 runner left on. Let's see if they can do it. Batter's ready. Pitcher's ready. Pitch thrown. Oh my goodness, hit by pitch again. My goodness. And you gotta feel there for Ben Wallachek. Up to bat, he wears that one. And there will be a little meeting here between Luis Ayala and Broderick Bornstein, as that's the second in a row it's been hit by pitch. Not quite what you're after. As Thomas Soto will come up to bat for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Thomas Soto kicked off this whole party of a game with a home run at the first at bat of the game. Absolutely knocked one over the fence. Great work by Thomas Soto. 57's looking to put a stop to him here now, as he continues to bat. This is his 4th at-bat of the game. Pitch is thrown. It's strike 1. Strike 2. Bornstein's had no issues throwing these first couple of strikes. And the last couple of times it's been a hit by pitch here. Let's see if he can get this sorted out. We'll have to see what he does here on this next one. And got contact with that one, plays at first. He's going to touch the bag beforehand. And that is the end of the top of the 7th inning. And just like that, it is still a 7-4 ball game as the 57s get out of any trouble there. Bordenstein's got to have a little bit of time here to get that sorted and hopefully hit nobody more with a pitch. As I do believe we're going to have some take me out to the ball game here.
We have a 57th player here for the 7th inning stretch.
All right. Let's see if we got some karaoke. Everybody listen in and join.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the sevens. Even when it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey, let's go, Joe's all guys, let's go to the ball game. All right, fans, we are all
Number 16, Juan Amalte for the Swift Current 57s from San Juan. Attends Bluefield University. What a team player that guy is. We had a rain delay earlier this season, and he was the first one to step up, and you'd be like, you know what? I'm going to sing karaoke for the fans. I'm going to give them an entertainment, find a song I know. He sang some Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. Everybody joined along. True team player. What you just heard there was him singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Obviously, he is not drawn into this game quite yet. He may not at all tonight, but he's singing karaoke. He's becoming a fan favorite here in Swift Current. You can't go wrong with that at all. Well, after a unique Take Me Out to the Ball Game, coming up to bat for the Swift Current 57s, number 15, Casey Prychak, designated hitter. Looking to do some more damage here for the Swift Current 57s, as Prychak has a couple of hits, 2 runs batted in tonight. The reason he's a designated hitter this evening, as he looks back after that pitch is thrown. First one is a ball. As it looks like the Moose Jaw Miller Express have made another pitching change here. Joe Gutierrez on the mound from Cerro Coso Community College. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, that's not. Hold on. We'll get this right. Where's Joe Gutierrez from? Tacoma, Washington is his hometown. Pitched 13 innings so far for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. 15 strikeouts so far on the year. Great work from him as he moves the count to 2-1 so far. Miller Express looking to mix it up after not quite too many troubles, but not quite what they wanted either in that last inning.
Now on the mound for the Miller Express, number 11, Joe Gutierrez.
So it counts 3-1 here. Casey Prychak. Gonna see if he can make some connection here. If not, oh, he will make connection. A ball bounces out over towards second base. Throwing time. Prychak's out at first. And Swift Current 57s here have one out. Luis Ayala to the plate next. On average here, he's been one of the best batters for the Swift Current 57s this season. We'll see if he can continue that pace here or not. hasn't done too much here tonight. I believe he took a walk earlier. Second pitch comes through, and that's another ball in the dirt. As that one there is called a strike. Count moves to 2-1. We want to thank you all for joining us here on Flow Sports tonight, as that ball is fouled out. Count will go to, count will go to 2-2. Swift Current 57's playing lots of games, lots of late games. They play almost every night, and more of these games seem to be dragging on. Last night's game obviously had a finish time of 10:19 p.m., 10:21 p.m., something to that effect. And Luis Ayala caught swinging at that one, and he will go out. 57's having troubles getting somebody on base right now. Ups and downs of another young team in the WCBL. So, being in the bottom of the seventh here, looks like we're in for another late one tonight. Lucky for me, I don't work too early in the morning. Pitch comes in way outside. Ball one here. Joe Gutierrez. Another good pitch there. Count moves to 1-1. Overall, this Moose Jaw team's done a pretty good job on defense tonight. You can't take much away from them here, as in the field they've been good. As that ball's hit and goes to the shortstop, throws in time. That'll end the inning here, and we will go to the top of the eighth. We'll be back on Flow Sports.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. Fans, the eighth inning is sponsored by the King Motel Steakhouse and Springy's Garden Family Restaurant. Both locations offer a variety of menu options for the whole family to
Live back at Mitchell Field under the lights in Swift Current. Conditions have certainly changed since the start of the game here. We started this game off, wind at 30 kilometers an hour, gusting to 40, around 26 to 28 degrees. Now all of a sudden it's 18 degrees out, and the wind has died down to about 15 kilometers per hour with gusts to about 25. So the winds come down 15 or so kilometers per hour. Overall, temperatures drop down to 18, so we've dropped almost 8 to 10 degrees here And Thomas Soto in the, I believe that's Thomas Soto. Looks like that's actually William Edwards in the batter's box. My bad. And William Edwards, he made contact. That ball is way out in left field. They called it fair. Throw to the shortstop, and it's a double. And he's fired up about that one at second base. Gives a little celebration as he knows who's up next. And that is Austin Gurney. Austin Gurney has certainly been a force for this Moose Jaw team. Batting .438 on the season so far, which is an absolute torrid pace. Has a couple of hits tonight. 1 run as well. As that ball comes outside. As we still have Broderick Bornstein on the mound for the 57s. Broderick Bornstein goes to Hawaii Pacific University. As a University of Regina graduate myself, I couldn't imagine going to university in Hawaii, but I imagine it has its perks. Beautiful hot days is probably one of them. That ball is thrown as a strike by Bornstein. That ball comes way outside. Count moves to 3-1. And that's going to be a walk here by Bornstein. So runners at first and second for the Miller Express. Austin Gurney gets on base with that walk. Eduardo Sainz up next, designated hitter for the Miller Express. In this game so far, he has 2 RBI. In a perfect world for the Miller Express, he'd get 2 more. 57's not away yet. Looking to work themselves out of another little bit of trouble here. As that ball is hit but fouled. So it'll be strike 1. That ball thrown just outside. Pitch comes in, strike 2. A strikeout here would certainly help the 57s get 1 away. 3-strike clap being played here at 57's Field, Mitchell Field. Fans joining in, seeing if they can get 1 put away here. Pitch is thrown, no dice, just outside, 2-2. I guess just inside, pardon me on that one. Ball's hit up high in the air. 57s, they got it. Rydell Adair makes the jog from second base, makes the play. And 1 away. no runners advance for the Miller Express. Still at first and second, and now batting, we got Tanner DeGrazia. Again, Tanner DeGrazia here. A couple of runs tonight, 1 hit. Had a walk earlier as well. As Tanner DeGrazia absolutely cranks one into center field. Jose Ayala's got it. And just like that, 2 away. 57s look to avoid further trouble here.
Up next, number 3, your full line ag beer batter, Andrew Knives.
So Andrew Knives takes to the plate here. Runners on first and second. 57s looking to get one more out, and then again focus back on the bats here in the 8th inning. Got to get out of trouble here though. Got to stay within striking distance. You can let this get out of hand really quick. That ball comes through. Strike 1. Roderick Bornstein. And a little bit of miscommunication there between second baseman Rydell Adair and Broderick Bornstein. And the runner at second, easily able to get back. Number 27, William Edwards. Pitch thrown. Called a ball. Counts 1-1. And there's a strike thrown. Roderick Bornstein, again, 2 strikes. Easy getting inside the head a little bit of Andrew Knives, tonight's beer batter. They're going to catch him swinging. Survey says no. Knives stays patient. Count moves to 2-2. Great eye there by him. It's easy to get caught up in that situation and just start swinging at everything. Veteran presence shown there by Knives. Bornstein makes the throw. Got a runner going at third. Can they get him? Oh no, it's an error. It's an error. This is not ideal for the Swift Current 57s at all. And just like that, it's going to be 8-4. Luis Ayala made that throw to first base many times this evening without a problem, but couldn't quite connect with the third baseman there, Henriquez. And unfortunately, it's an unforced error. It's going to be 8-4 now for the Moose Jaw Miller Express as a stolen base turned into a free run. As that pitch is thrown, and it's going to be a ball. Yeah, they're going to call that a ball, much to the dismay of the 57's faithful. And they start to grow restless here at Mitchell Field, as they know what could be at stake for this team. So Abe Alberg comes to the plate, makes great connection. And Luis Ayala at center field. Sorry, Jose Ayala, the other twin at center field, makes another great grab and pulls the 57s out of any further trouble there, as they're still down by 4. But they look to make something of it here. We'll be right back. Thank you for remaining with us. Rydell Adair hit a double earlier in this game, leading off the 57s here, trying to start a rally, get them back into it. Down 8-4 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. This one looks like it's going the distance as it's 9:45 p.m. local time here in Swift Current. Game obviously started at 7:05. On to about 2 hours and 40 minutes of this baseball game as we near the exciting completion as we're in the bottom of the 8th. Joe Gutierrez remains on the mound as he has one strike thrown. That one comes just outside. Rydell Adair looking to stay patient with this one. As he makes contact with that ball. And let's see. And it is caught. Foul ball way off to the left side. That ball is caught and one away. Not an ideal start there for Rydell Adair. Done some great things in this game. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. He'll be all right, though. Braxton Vale, top of the order, coming back next. Braxton Vale. One strike there. 12 for 39 this season. Looking for another one. As that pitch gets away from back catcher Alexander Knives. Pardon me, Andrew Knives. Still getting these names all sorted out as this game moves along. Counts 1-1, one away for the Miller Express. And there's an absolute bomb sent out to right field, and it's caught. There's a couple of players in this game tonight. Braxton Vale and Trig Mapes have to be wondering what a guy's got to do to get on base here. They've struggled a little bit tonight. No fault of their own. Making some good contact, just can't quite put it right where they want to. Gus Cohn, first baseman, up to bat now. 17 for 58 on the season. 2 home runs. Be a great time for another one. First pitch is thrown. That's a ball called by the umpire. There's another pitch thrown by Joe Gutierrez. That one is just outside, ball 2. As Gus Cohn, the first baseman, looks to pull the 57s right back into this game. And that one's a strike. That one's a bit of a floater. Right through the strike zone. Pitch counts 3-1. 2 away for the Miller Express here. 57's got some work to do in either the bottom of the 8th or the bottom of the 9th. Up to them to decide which one they want to be the comeback, as that ball's drilled. It's going to turn out to be a foul ball. Again, looks like it headed in the direction of my car. Guess we'll have to see. Pitch counts full. Pitch is thrown. and they're going to call that a strike, much to the dismay of Gus Cohn. He thought that was well and away outside. Umpire thought different. And that's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out. Not ideal work there for the 57s on the bats. Lucky for them, they got an opportunity to be great still. We'll be back. Well, thanks for everybody hanging on here as we enter the top of the 9th inning. We want to read you a message from head coach Rudy Estrella in today's game day program. Talking about yesterday. It was a great outing by Hunter Mark. He gave us a chance to compete. We have to limit the big innings as they continue to hurt us in the end. Loved the 10-run inning we had last night, but we need to cut down on walks and the hit by pitches. If we can control that part of the game, it's going to be a fun ride the rest of the way. And you know what? I really like that message from head coach Rudy Estrella. It's absolutely right. He understands that they're not quite where they want to be right now. It takes time to get to where you want to be. And you know what? At the end of the day, that's okay. That's okay. They'll just keep working on it. Now pitching for the Swift Current 57s, the player feature highlight earlier that we had, Jalen Gutierrez takes to the mound. Obviously his second year pitching for the Swift Current 57s. Jalen, like we said, he's got his lucky charm on. His cleats are out there, so have to see what he can bring to this game and help close it out for the 57s. He's done closing pitching before, as there's a bunt there that gets down. Throw is not in time. Oh, no, and it's an error. It's an unforced error, and it looks like they're going to call it a double as the Moose Jaw Miller Express do their patented moose celebration there. Not a good start for the 57s, as they got to limit the errors as well. They've had 4 errors tonight. It's just simply too many if they want to continue to win games in this league. Got a lot of good ball players here. So, Jalen Gutierrez from the Bronx, New York. He is attending Cerro Coso Community College. Jalen's pitched 7 innings so far this year. Has 8 strikeouts. As there's a hit there. As that comes out, and oh my goodness, another error for the 57s there as that bounces out of the glove of shortstop Trig Mapes. And the 57s just having a tough time here right now, trying to get out of this half inning to give themselves a chance to make a comeback in this game. As Thomas Soto takes to the plate. Thomas Soto had the 1-run bomb earlier to lead this game off. And the 57's got to look to get out of trouble here. Is 2 unforced errors in a row. And, you know, Thomas Soto will look to take advantage of that. As Thomas Soto drives one into center field. Bouncing ball, who's got it? Throw is made to Trig Mapes. Got to get down at home plate. And he's got him. He did, well, pardon me, he did not get him. I meant to say is that number 13, Ben Wallachuk, comes home. 9-4 for the Miller Express. 10-4 for the Miller Express as they get a couple on the board there. Second one was close. And unfortunately, the 57s are having a hard time limiting the damage right now as it is a 10-4 ball game. Well, we mentioned Thomas Soto would like to make him pay, and he did exactly that. As there's a bunt. Ball gets down. Looks like they're going to call that a foul. As Musha, with no outs, looking to bring runners into scoring position here. As that's not the start Jalen Gutierrez was looking for here to try to close this one out. Strike two thrown there. Gutierrez looking for his first strike out of the evening. Could, if he can get one here, could help kill some of the momentum the Miller Express have, as they've already brought in a couple and have another runner on second as of right now. As that ball comes in, and they're calling it a strikeout. Jalen Gutierrez gets his first of the night. And looks like William Edwards, who did the patented moose celebration earlier in this game, got struck out there. And now Austin Gurney. Always scary times for the 57s or any team in the league when this guy comes to the mound. He knows how to hit a baseball hard and far. First pitch that comes at him is a ball. 57s have one away so far after that strikeout. Pitch comes in, absolutely cranked. It's a foul ball though. At almost 10 p.m. local time, there's always a few kids that are out and about looking to go get it, even with school in the morning. It's almost the last week of school anyways. I'm sure they're wired on sugar and ready to be done for summer holidays, as summer really has kicked off here in Swift Current, even despite the fact that there might be some poor weather coming ahead in the next few days here. Well, poor event weather. Certainly not poor weather for the farmers. They're certainly looking for that. Gutierrez checks second base before the pitch. Throws a strike right at the edge of the strike zone there. Pitch counts 2-2, looking for another strikeout. Gutierrez could go back-to-back here. Be a big help in helping the 57s do what they need to do to get back in this game. As there's a hit, but of course it's way fouled out to the right side, looking for another kid to go get the foul ball. Swift Current has another game tomorrow, 7:05 p.m. start, Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. You can catch the action on Flow Sports there. Pitch comes in, absolutely drilled, but 57s are going to get out of it after a catch. It'll toss back to second. And now they have half an inning to get 6 runs to try to tie this game for extras or walk it off. We'll be back. All right, we're back here in Mitchell Field for the conclusion of the Moose Jaw Miller Express against the Swift Current 57s. That is Joe Gutierrez on the mound still for the Miller Express. Pitched last inning without much trouble, so they'll look to him to try to close this out. As there's a foul ball hit up high. We've seen more foul balls tonight than you can shake a stick at. As currently batting for the 57s, Wilmer Henriquez, third baseman. Two strikes here, looking to avoid the strikeout. And has a patient eye on that one as it's outside. Count moves to 1-2. And caught swinging at that one, but it's line drive out to the center field. That'll be a base hit. Might just be what the doc ordered for the 57s here. Just getting on base is a good way to start when you're down 6 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Jose Ayala, looking for something big out of him. Has an RBI tonight. 2 runs himself. 57s always look to Jose Ayala for some help in the offensive categories. As there's a foul ball by him. Throw back to first, trying to keep Henriquez honest. He gets there no problem. Of course, we've seen the 57s get 4 guys out at first base tonight from back catcher Luis Ayala. And the Miller Express look to be trying to force something here. Henriquez still not gun shy to lead off. And my goodness, and there it is, the unforced error. And Henriquez is going to head to second. He's going to head to third. And head coach Rudy Estrella is going to stop him right there at third. Miller Express got caught playing with fire now. And that could be a little bit of momentum for the 57s as they had a runner go from first to scoring position just like that. Jose Ayala remains at the plate. Count's still only 0-1. Chance for him to get on base here yet as well. '57's dugout coming alive, cheering on their guys. Cowboy hats and everything. As they call that one a strike. Count moves to 0-2. Ayala trying to stay patient with it. There's a ball. Another pitch thrown in the dirt. Count moves to 2-2. Ayala says, I have all night. I got nowhere to be. Let's keep playing some ball here. Staying patient with it. Ayala hits that one, and it's up and out for a foul ball. One of these times, it really is going to hit my car. I'm telling you. Count remains 2-2 with the foul ball. Runner remains in scoring position for the 57s, Wilmer Henriquez, after an unforced error. And Jose Ayala will get struck out at the plate. One away for the Miller Express. 57's trying to stay encouraged here. Donovan Borg comes to the batter's box. Donovan Borg struck out once, had a couple walks. And there's a hit there. Will he get to first base in time? No, he will not. Close call there as the ball looked to have popped up and might have been close for Austin Gurney, but nope, he's able to make the play. And now the 57s are staring at a mountain to climb. Casey Prychak, designated hitter. As Casey Prychak gets a good cheer here from the 57's crowd. Hoping that they can extend the evening a little longer. That one's a ball, ball two. Other than the unforced error, Joe Gutierrez showing no cracks so far with his pitching. That one's a strike. Umpire's going to rule it one. Count moves to 2-1 there, much to the dismay of the crowd. And now the 57's dugout's going to get a warning here from the umpire. He's heard enough of it. And Prychak made contact with that one for a foul. Count moves to 2-2. 57's one strike away from this game being over. Prychak, see if he can find a way to get on base. And another foul ball there. Looking to stay alive. At least try to bring Wilmer Henriquez home. That one comes way outside, full count. Pitch is in. And that's a walk for Prychak. He's going to find himself on base. So now we got Luis Ayala. Luis Ayala obviously made some big plays as a back catcher earlier today. Got a few clutch outs. Luis Ayala struck out once tonight. Still leads the Swift Current 57 in batting average on the season, though. At least for tonight's lineup, for sure he does. Let's see what he's got in his bag tonight. Strike one called by the ump. And there's a hit out to shortstop. Throw is in time, and that'll end it. The Moose Jaw Miller Express will defeat the Swift Current 57s 10-4 this evening. We want to thank you all for joining us on Flow Sports. I want to thank you for your patience with me in my first call back of the season. And yeah, thanks so much for joining us. Country night here at Mitchell Field. Great time. Obviously, we had a fun seventh inning stretch there with 57's player singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" in his cowboy hat. Some good stuff, but not quite the result the 57's were